The stock of Page Industries, the company behind Jockey, one of India's most recognizable innerwear brands, has been under pressure for the past few years, delivering meager returns for over 3 years. Once riding high on years of strong performance, the stock is facing a noticeable slump and investors are not happy. So what's gone wrong? Well, after years of steady expansion, Page Industries hit a rough patch post FY23. Slowing consumer demand, high inventory and broader economic pressures took a toll on its top line. But now things are beginning to look up. The company is bouncing back with sharper operational efficiency, better inventory management, growth in digital channels and a strong focus on premiumization. The big question now is, can it sustain? Welcome to Bottom Line by Grow. I'm Radhika Bajaj. In today's episode, we decode whether Page Industries is truly on the path to recovery. To understand the full picture, we need to trace Page's journey from its golden growth years to the current phase of recalibration. Page Industries, the exclusive licensee of the Jockey brand in India and several neighboring countries, carved a dominant niche in the innerwear and athleisure space. Between 2013 and 2015, the company consistently posted annual revenue growth exceeding 20% CAGR, a sign of a fast-growing, well-managed business. This momentum continued until FY18, supported by rising consumer incomes, brand trust, and growing demand in the premium innerwear category. However, the first signs of a slowdown emerged post-2018. Several macroeconomic disruptions impacted consumer spending, including demonetization and muted income growth. These events particularly affected discretionary categories like innerwear. The slowdown was further exacerbated in FY21 on account of the lockdown and restrictive measures induced by the COVID-19 pandemic, which caused negative sales growth. But then there was a twist. While COVID initially dented sales, it eventually proved beneficial for the company. With consumers stuck at home, comfort clothing and innerwear boomed. Page Industries capitalized on this shift, recording its highest revenues in FY22 and repeating that feat in FY23. Consumer behavior shifted towards comfort-first fashion and Jockey became the go-to brand for many of us. The growth in FY22 and FY23, however, created a high base, making it difficult for the company to show similar momentum in FY24. The last 2 years have been marked by several growth hurdles for Page Industries. One of the biggest contributors is the overall macroeconomic slowdown. Inflation, rising interest rates, and job losses in various sectors have all led to reduced consumer spending. This broader sentiment has impacted demand for discretionary products like innerwear. Adding to this was a conscious decision by the company to prioritize long-term health over short-term sales. That is, Page Industries chose to focus on cleaning up its inventory pipeline. Inventory days had been on the rise and in FY23, it spiked to 279 days, what is seen as a clear sign of trouble. Inventory days, by the way, are the average number of days it takes for a company to sell its entire inventory during a specific period. A lower number indicates that the company is quickly selling and replenishing its inventory, while a higher number suggests slower turnover and potential overstocking. To address this, the company held back on pushing products to distributors, even though there was room to do so. As a result, primary sales took a temporary hit. So what has the company been doing to get back on its growth path? Well, the company took strategic steps to enhance inventory management. For instance, the company implemented Automated Replenishment System, or the ARS. This system ensures that the right mix of sizes, styles and colors is stocked across channels based on sales data. While this has temporarily affected sales, it is expected to lead to improved distributor and retailer performance over time. Additionally, Page Industries rationalized its retail network, especially multi-brand outlets and some underperforming exclusive brand outlets. The company has been moving towards larger, better located stores that can offer the complete product range and provide an elevated customer experience. This shift is expected to pay off in the long term, but has caused short-term revenue erosion. That said, the company's efforts have started to pay off. With slow improvement in consumer spending and macroeconomic conditions, there are signs of a rebound in Page Industries sales in the past few quarters. Also, in the first 9 months of FY25, the company posted a 7% increase in revenue and an impressive 22% growth in net profit. This profitability surge has been driven by operational efficiency, especially lower materials costs due to stabilized raw material prices. As such, it has aided in the margin growth as well. The key point to note is that the company continues to be almost debt-free. Additionally, there are new growth levers in place for Page Industries: digital sales and premiumization. The company is witnessing robust growth in its e-commerce channel, now the fastest growing business. As consumers increasingly shift towards online shopping, the company's digital presence is allowing it to tap into a wider and younger customer base. Another factor aiding growth is the premiumization of the product mix. Even without increasing prices in the past few years, the company has been able to grow sales by focusing on higher priced items within existing categories. Consumers are showing a willingness to pay more for quality and comfort, something Jockey has long been associated with. All that said and done, is the recovery sustainable in the long run? Well, the answer to this question lies in Page Industries' strong fundamentals and business moat. Page's strength lies in its powerful brand positioning, backed by exclusive long-term licenses with Jockey and Speedo. With Jockey, in fact, the license goes up to 2040. While 99% of its revenue comes from Jockey, this focus has helped the company build unmatched recall and loyalty. The company operates a highly integrated model. Over 70% of its products are manufactured in-house, giving it control over quality and cost, advantages compared to its peers like Rupa, Lux Industries, and Dollar Industries. Distribution is another strong moat. Page's network includes over 1,387 exclusive brand stores, a presence in more than 2,750 cities, and a distributor base exceeding 3,900. It has the biggest distribution network compared to its peers, which bodes well for its business performance. Another factor that would aid growth is that the company offers diversified product offerings for all ages, making it a one-stop shop experience for the entire family. And the coming years appear to be a stable period for Page Industries. The company is bullish on women's innerwear, a segment that contributes less than 20% to its revenue, but represents a much larger market opportunity. The company currently has just 7% penetration in this space, indicating there is huge untapped potential. Also, the company is focused on expanding into smaller cities, betting that the rise of affluence in these areas will drive greater demand for branded innerwear. On the capacity side, Page Industries is actively investing in manufacturing. A plant in Odisha is set to go live shortly, and there's another facility in Mysore that is underway. These expansions will help maintain the optimal in-house to outsourcing ratio of 65 to 35. As of December 2024, the company already has 16 manufacturing facilities across key cities in India. Additionally, Page Industries has had an exclusive license for Speedo, the swimwear brand, since 2012. But it has yet to significantly impact the company's bottom line. However, it remains a potential growth area if consumer trends shift towards swimwear and activewear. Internal changes and expansion plans aside, the industry dynamics look favorable for the company in the coming years. The Indian innerwear segment, which makes up about 9% of the total apparel market, is expected to grow from 610 billion rupees in 2022 to 835 billion rupees by 2025. That's an 11% CAGR. Further, India's per capita innerwear consumption remains low compared to global benchmarks, offering a large headroom for growth. Rising income levels and evolving fashion preferences further support this narrative, especially in Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities, where branded innerwear is still gaining traction. That said, despite a 28% return in the past year thanks to signs of recovery, since January this year, the stock has declined about 7%. This pullback reflects concerns around short-term growth, economic headwinds, and how long it will take for a full demand recovery. So what is the takeaway for investors? Page Industries might be facing short-term pressures, but the fundamentals remain strong. the valuation of the company also looks favorable. Page Industries once commanded a premium valuation, but as market expectations realigned with reality, its lofty price to earnings multiples saw a correction. From a peak of 176 times in January of 2021, the PE has moderated to 76 times as of April 2025. This is slightly below its 5-year median of 83 times. While Page Industries is a powerful brand with unmatched distribution and tight operational control, giving it a solid foundation for long-term growth, it still has some proving to do. That means for the stock to be re-rated, the company needs to back its fundamentals with consistent growth. While improving macro conditions and internal efficiencies could help, investors will need more than just potential. They will want proof in the numbers. So what do you think about Page Industries? Is the stock in your watch list or already in your portfolio? Let us know in the comments. And for more such insights, subscribe to Bottomline by Groww.
Investment in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing. Please read the risk disclosure documents carefully before investing in equity shares, derivatives, mutual fund, and/or other instruments traded on the stock exchanges.